Hi everybody, welcome to the video and welcome to Goodwill. I was looking to get one of my newer audio, my wireless audio mic videos out today, but I made a mistake and I didn't record it in stereo on my GoPro, so that one and that next video will be out probably. I'll have to go out and probably create a new video for that one on Wednesday. However, I still have some old footage here. I mean, this isn't that old. I mean, this is all from this month here in January, and this is a Goodwill I don't frequent that often. It's in Campbell, California, kind of like a little side city here to San Jose. It's small, but they still get some great stuff. As a matter of fact, I pulled some great golf clubs out of this Goodwill. Really great golf clubs. Nike ones, Titleist, the major name brands. Other Goodwills, I don't know. This Goodwill seems to get really good golf clubs. The other ones, not really. Not all the time, I should say. But no golf clubs on this trip, though. But we do tend to venture out to the surrounding little cities here, like Campbell, on the weekends when we have a little bit more extra time. And, we just go out to basically just scope them out and do some more recon and see, if it's, viable to add to our, regular routine. There are some Goodwill regulars here that we, visit all the Goodwills. We run into them all the time. This is a really cool John Deere mug. It's not worth reselling. I looked at a comp that said it was close to $20, but I think it was just like a one-off. And so, yeah, I'll go in the cart, but that's going to be a keeper there. But it was a cool mug. It's a nice mug, and it holds a lot of coffee, especially for those those mornings where it's just rough, and you need that extra bit of coffee. That's a great mug for it. And we're scoping out. Oh man, this was messed up. I picked up that little dagger. It was actually It was actually a perfume bottle, Avon perfume bottle. And it had leaked on my hand. I carry little glasses or lens cleaner, and I also just carry extras just in case I need to clean my hands or anything like that. And in this instance, I ended up using it to help clean my hand, but the fragrance was strong and it stayed with me the whole trip. So be careful. Be careful when you're picking up perfume. I mean, I didn't even know it was a perfume bottle, but be careful when you're picking up perfume bottles. Marie Callender's. This was a great restaurant here in San Jose. I don't know if it was anywhere else, but I asked my wife if we should get it or not. They had the best. Well, when I was little, we would all get the salad bar, and they had an amazing salad bar and cornbread. Oh man, they would have the most. A lot of restaurants, they bring you bread. They brought you cornbread at Marie Callender's with butter. Oh, it was so good. Sadly, they're all closed. I don't know if there's any other Marie Callender's anywhere else, but they all closed in our area. Tiki mugs do really well. Not so much the clear ones. There are some clear ones though that are Disney, so definitely look out for them. And as a matter of fact, just look up for tiki mugs in general. They'll pretty much go for around $15 or so. So you don't want to spend too much on them. This right here, this is a souvenir piece from Alcatraz, and Alcatraz is over in San Francisco, just up north of us. And I've sold the mugs. They have these little souvenir mugs with the same souvenir Alcatraz kind of simulate what the the prison used to serve prisoners in. And so I sold those mugs for $12 to $15, and that serving tray should go for right around $30 is what we're looking at. It looked like a I think it was missing the cover for the cigar. It was a cigar and flask combo. Circling back to the tiki mugs, there are some tiki mugs to really look out for, some brands to really look out for. Disney actually makes some amazing. I was just talking about the clear ones, but there are some actual ceramic or pottery style tiki mugs, limited edition ones. Look out for them. They're going to be. They're really easy to spot, and of course they'll say Disney on the bottom. I mean, we collect them, and I believe you can only get them at Trader here in California Disneyland. It's at Trader Sam's, a little tiki bar. It's on site at Disneyland Hotel, and so we always I've talked about the Disney stuff. When we go pretty often, and we always like to get the little souvenirs. They're just like those. Not so much the in the stores, because some of that stuff some of that stuff is just mass produced, and we see it all the time. But some of the more like one-offs, like the souvenir popcorn buckets, the souvenir tiki mugs, and a lot of those tend to hold value as well too. So keep your eye out for those on the shelves of any Goodwill, Savers, wherever you're sourcing. This, I believe, was a juicer, the motor part of a juicer, and it's a good brand to look out for. I'm going to put it in the cart, but I am going to try to test it later. I don't know if it required the actual upper part of it to work. I know some of them kind of have safety mechanisms, so they won't turn on unless everything's put together. So I tried to test it out there while I was on there. It didn't work, so I'm just going to leave it behind. I don't know if it works or not works, so I'm going to leave it back on the shelves. I don't really deal too much in appliances, but so I tend to pass them up. These are portable, basically mini cellular routers. They allow you to connect to the internet through a cellular connection, so you would have to activate them. Some of them can be worth it. I was going to put this in the cart and just look it up. Generally, the more modern ones would be worth it. And actually, I found one time that was, I'm not sure which Goodwill I was at, but I found one of those and it was still active. So it was kind of, be careful. Make sure you deactivate your devices before you donate them, or, you stash them away to eventually get donated. Now, this is a pretty good score here. These are Plantronics. Plantronics? I believe they're Plantronics. They're headsets for phones. And so wireless headsets. There were actually three boxes there, and I've actually already sold these. All three of them went, and they all sold for, or they each sold for $75. So that was a pretty good pickup, a pretty good score to find here. So keep your eye out for these headsets. I believe I dropped a short video not too long ago about some other Bluetooth Plantronics or Poly, either Plantronics or Poly. Plantronics, I think, is their older name. They're Poly now, so look out for those headsets. The wireless ones are the ones you want to look out for. The wired ones are kind of, they're okay. They'll be like $10 to $15. Wireless is where you want to go. This Lego set appeared to all be complete in there, but I was going to look it up just to be safe. It's not something that I would normally, I always say I'm always a Lego buyer, but I'm not really into, like, I'm not really a car guy, and so I'm not really into, all the cars necessarily. And so if something's open like that, I'm going to definitely take a second look at it. Some of them can be worth it. I know I found a Lego Speed Champion one not too long ago. Actually had a garage sale for $2. It ended up selling for quite a bit, like $120. So, and Legos are easy to look up. Lego, and then they have a set number. Easy. Now, in the back of my mind here, when I'm walking through this section, I found some really great Brighton purses at this Goodwill. And Brighton is a brand to look out for. And I found them right here in this section here. Some really nice high-end ones that have sold for over $100. And I find them here for about right around $15-ish or so. So you never know where the profit is going to be lying in the Goodwill. Here's their golf clubs. Now, I'm not really a great golf club buyer or a great golf club person. I really don't even like golf. But I look out for the major brands. And they're usually pretty easy to look up. They'll have the model numbers on them and everything. And Nike is always good to look up and look out for just because Nike's popular and they stopped making Nike golfing equipment. I sold a Nike bag just recently, locally, for I think it was $70. Some carts came out, so definitely gonna scope that out. There were some shoes that were fairly clean, but I think they wanted 16, and they would go for about 30 to 40. Fairly common, like Nike Pegasus. So nothing is spectacular in the shoe area, but I was gonna put them in the cart and look them up later. But I'm not gonna take any shoes on this trip here. But I am happy with the wireless headsets. I think there were. We're gonna do a recap at the end. I'm gonna do that picture-in-picture again at the end of this video, but that'll probably be the end of picture-in-picture, unless anybody still likes it out there. Like I said in the previous video, I'm going to move to more of a, kind of recap in stores. You'll hear my live commentary in stores and just kind of highlight some of the key items at the end. But that's the end of the video. We'll go to the recap. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the end of the video. We are going to do a little bit of a recap. I'm still going to do the little picture-in-picture in this video. But in future videos, we will be doing more in the store audio. Maybe a little bit of voiceover once in a while, just in case, or if there's too much music or something. And then we'll do a little recap in stores as opposed to at the end. It'll be more like towards the end of the video, but it won't be like this. And I was going to have one of those videos ready to go today, but the content I shot over the weekend, it was on the mics were on single channel, so it would only come out of one speaker, so that's kind of weird. I know I don't like that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't like that as well, too. But I appreciate all the new subscribers. I'm going to do a little introduction just of myself, me, and what to expect from the channel to all the new subscribers. And I want to appreciate all the subscribers, everybody watching the last video. I know it's because Matt and Kayla run the video. Matt I've run into before. He's just up north, up the freeway from me. And Kayla, obviously Kayla, this is her... he said it was the first time in California, so really cool getting the chance to run into them there at the flea market. And yeah, let's get to the recap right now. It's going to pop up right over here on this side. It'll be like a little picture-in-picture. Again, this will probably be the last picture-in-picture one we do. Recap like this style. So right off the bat, you'll see the tin, you'll see the mug. The mug is not going to be a resellable mug. It could resell for maybe about $5, $10. The one comp I saw in stores was really, it was a one-off, so. But a really cool mug overall. It's John Deere. Green's my favorite color. Again, my intro, part of my intro of me. And it's a large mug. Like I said earlier, if you want just a lot of coffee, it's a great mug for that. So that's what I'm going to be using it for. Is one of those days when I need a double dose of coffee, that's the mug I'm using. USP Alcatraz, so just replica of what they would have used at the prison in Alcatraz. Probably unique to our area. You'll probably find it elsewhere, but Alcatraz, again, that's right up the freeway from us. And this tray should go for about $30-ish or so, maybe 25, 30 bucks for that tray. So not a bad pickup. Super lightweight too, and easy to store, easy to ship. Then these little trinket boxes, we've got 2 of these panda trinket boxes. One of these already sold for $18, and they're art form. A lot of them are that brand. You'll see art form on them. I actually accidentally ripped off the sticker that said art form when I took the price tag off. But just enameled, really heavy weight. It seems like they would go for a lot more. They are really cool. We pick them up all the time, and they generally sell around the $15-ish range. But just really cool little trinket boxes. And we pick them up. We buy them all the time. Really cool little paperweight here. Just like a little puck style, just small glass. It's got kind of an aquatic theme to it. It was hand blown. You can see by the bottom. It has a little rough. If I remember correctly, it's called a pommel, the part that connects to the actual device where you blow the glass. So just a really cool little piece. Small, lightweight. It's easy to ship, easy to store. It'll probably sell for around $15. What we're looking at. No exact comps on that one. I was just showing you that we got 2 of those pandas. There were 2 of them. And in the video I said I didn't pick up any shoes, but on the way out, I saw these Vans. And these are platform Vans. So they have like the double, the bottom is kind of like double size. And it's got a really cool psychedelic tie-dye pattern to it. Kind of like galaxy pattern, space pattern. So those go for right around $40. So we definitely went ahead and scooped those up. They should sell really fast. Those are going to go into our Poshmark store. But just a nice pair of Vans. And Vans aren't necessarily a pickup. You should be picking up all the time if you're reselling. They usually price them up, and they're going to go for around 20 or 30 bucks. And like I said, the big hit of the day were these wireless headsets. They already sold. They sold for $75 a piece, and they all sold to one person. So that was really nice to be able to just box them all up in one and send them on their way. They were all complete, practically brand new condition. They still had the little plastic tear, on the on some of the what do you call it? The shinier part of the plastic. So those were really cool to find. They were about 12. Let's just say $12 each. So we made some pretty good profit on those. And so that's the recap of the video. Now, for those of you that are just joining the channel, my name is Gilbert, San Jose, California. That is where I live. That is where I thrift. I'm very fortunate in the area that I live in because within a 10-mile radius, I can hit flea market, one of the largest flea markets in the area. We got Goodwill's, got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, wait, 1, 2, 3, I think 4 Goodwills are within the 10 miles. One might be just outside of that 10 miles. Some thrift stores. So, and that's where I do all of my thrifting, is within just my area. So I'm very fortunate to be here, to be so close. Some people have asked me, what's your breakdown of cost? Well, how much gas do you use? I mean, I don't use very much because it's not, everything's right there. Even the post office is right down the street from me. So, that's where I am. I'm here in San Jose, and I know there are some fellow San Jose people now watching the channel. Thank you very much. I'm a huge nerd, I guess, for lack of better words. Big Star Wars fan, but actually a bigger Star Trek fan. A lot of people don't realize. I grew up watching Star Trek. Star Wars, yes, I love the movies, I love the stuff, but I love the toys more from Star Wars, because I had a lot of those toys when I was a kid. When it comes to Star Trek, I didn't have any toys. There were no Star Trek toys that I ever had. And but I loved the shows, and I would rewatch them all the time. So when it comes to like movies and shows, huge Star Trek fan. When it comes to toys and everything, huge Star Wars fan. And if you see my last video, you saw me pick up Legos. I'm a huge Lego collector. I got tons of Legos, and I'm always a Lego buyer if for the right price. I'm not gonna necessarily overspend on Legos. Huge tech guy. I love tech. A lot of tech stuff. I sell a lot of keyboards, mice. I find them all the time. They're what we call in the business the bread and butter, the stuff that just moves. It's not, it's not like you buy it for $1, you sell it for $200. You're more like picking up for $1, selling it for 15, 20, 30. and that's stuff that just moves all the time for me. What else? I like pottery. I like glassware. I have a decanter collection. I am a whiskey collector as well too. Shoe collector. I mean, I collect a little bit of everything. You know, I really like. If I like it, I'll collect it. Huge baseball fan. You know, I grew up watching the Oakland A's. I remember the huge event, 1989 World Series. I was in my bed watching the World Series when the big earthquake happened here in the Bay Area. If you are from the Bay Area, you will remember that. But I like all baseball teams. You know, I have my Yankees. I love the Yankees. I mean, I love Oakland A's, the Braves. Greg Maddux, one of my favorite pitchers of all time. Favorite player of all time, Frank Thomas. Chicago White Sox. Then he did come to the Oakland A's too as well. I love vintage 80s. Right now, I'm huge into collecting stuff from my childhood. Toys I had when I was little. If you guys remember, I think it was McDonald's. They had these Christmas Muppets, baby Muppets. And I remember I had the Fonzie, the Fonzie, the TV show, not TV show, Fozzie. I had the Fozzie, and I really love that thing to death. And I recently did find it brand new in the package. It's stuffed away. I would bring it out, but it's stuffed away somewhere in my collection right now. So I collect a little bit of everything, and I buy and sell a little bit of everything because that's what I like. We have everything here from, we have horror stuff, Friday the 13th, slasher movies. We have Nintendo stuff, Nintendo plush and everything right here. I have my keyboard. I love my keyboards. If you see any of my old videos, I'm a huge, computer peripheral nut. I love, I have all my different mice. I use three different mice on my computers. I use three different keyboards. One of them was like a half keyboard. So I'm just a nut like that. But either way, I'm going to show you guys a couple of pieces that recently sold for me that are really cool. And I'll show you a really cool glass decanter as well too. But let me see here. Oh, we're also huge Disney fans as well too. Huge Disney fans. We go to Disneyland about 2 times a year. Used to go more, but as the kids get older, it's kind of tough pulling them out of school and stuff like that. It's not, because we like to go during the off time when it's not so busy or crazy there. So we try to avoid summers. We try to avoid the major holidays like Christmas, but you got to go see the decorations. And then grad night. One thing to realize, if you are Disneyland fans, and I don't know if they do this in Disney, I'm pretty sure they do this in Disney World too, but grad night, when graduations start coming, do not go to Disneyland. We've had the park shut down, where you couldn't even get in because of so many people there. So we love Disney. Huge Disney fans. I collect all kinds of Disney stuff as well too. As a matter of fact, we just got a popcorn bucket and I threw it up in a short. So I got a popcorn bucket in the collection as well too. Huge Nightmare Before Christmas fans as well. Boom. Got that hat. Just picked that up. Got tons of Christmas, Halloween decorations. Obviously everything's taken down right now. We're in January right now. Okay, but let me just show you guys a couple of really cool pieces. And all this stuff I buy, my wife buy, all this stuff we would keep ourselves. I mean, this is stuff that we are buying and selling stuff that we like and that we would keep. And let me tell you something, we keep a lot of stuff. Right off the bat here, this one I got back in December. This is a really cool little pottery pig. I mean, take a look at the colors on that. Just a really nice glaze on that. It's got the blue with, it's kind of more like a turquoise with the contrast against the brown here. Just really cool. It's a piggy bank. Piggy bank, really cool. 1957, just amazing. This thing survived so many years. And great. I mean, obviously the cork's going to get dried out and crusty and stuff like that. Pretty much unavoidable. But there's not even any crazing. Now, crazing is when the glaze kind of cracks. It's not necessarily a crack in the actual pottery. It's the glaze that starts cracking. And that's caused by constant... by sudden cold heat, cold heat, and typically happens a lot in mugs and stuff, because a lot of people put them in put them in the dishwasher, and the dishwasher has a really harsh heat sometimes. So you go from a sudden chill to a heat, and then it causes these little cracks in the glaze. So there's nothing in this. So it's really cool. Generally, when you find a lot of this old stuff, there's always something wrong with it. But 1957 Corky Pig sold for $35. It sold for as high as $50, but I think this was a $3 find back in December. So really cool piece here. Another really cool glass piece here, and we also collect a lot of glass. Like I always say, we always collect a lot. We collect a lot of stuff, and we do collect a lot of glassware. We have a lot of glasses, really cool, fancy ones. But this one here we did sell. This is, if you can see that, it has a rose pattern all the way around it. And it's got a lot of Fenton or Indiana glass vibes going with it. But this is from the Madonna Inn in California. Pretty famous hotel. All the rooms are themed. But they make these specialty cups, souvenir cups. They make larger ones too. And they're made by different... I think Fenton probably makes some of them, but they contract with different makers and they release these. They're usually limited releases. I remember when I got the orange one. The orange one sold almost immediately for $40. This one sold for $20. It's a more common color, so it's not a... the orange was really, really not common. $23. So this sold for $23. And we did pay up for these a little bit. I think these were, if I remember correctly, $7. I think they were $7.59. So a little bit much for glassware that we typically glassware is right around the $2, maybe $5 range on the high end at our Goodwills. But we couldn't turn that down. I mean, these Madonna Inn glasses are really cool, really nice glassware. Pretty thick glass too as well. So keep your eye out for those. Another sale as well too. Everybody knows about Starbucks mugs and the location ones. Some of the best ones are outside of our country. I sold one from Moscow, and that one went for, I think it was $120 for that mug. So keep your eye out for definitely the Starbucks ones, but also keep your eye out for Pete's Coffee mugs. Pete's Coffee, this is Los Angeles, California. While they don't go for as much as some of the Starbucks ones do, this one here sold for $20. So picked up for, this was $2.59 at our Goodwill, and sold for $20. The one I sold recently that was that did really well, I think it sold for $45, was actually one from Berkeley, California. So not sure, I would think Berkeley will be a little bit more obscure, but Berkeley is associated with UC. That's where UC California is, or the Golden Bears. If you guys are into college football or college sports for that matter, I should say. But look out for these ones too. And I don't think these are, I don't think it's like international. I think it's just here within the U.S. So, a few cool pickups. These are going out the door. I'm going to finish packaging everything up, and I got to go over to the post office, and then I'm going to go over to Goodwill. I'm going to shoot some more footage now that I fixed my mic setup. It was just a simple setting I had to change. I didn't realize I have to change it, but I did. So that's all ready to go, and we should be, we keep a schedule. My schedule since the beginning of the year is to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, drop these long-form content videos, and then I drop shorts throughout the week. Pretty much, I try to do about 3 shorts a day, just cool, unique stuff, cool finds, or just cool sales, high-dollar sales, the big bolo hits, so that way everybody out there, if you guys are resellers, you guys can find this stuff too. And if you guys are here for entertainment, I hope I'm providing great entertainment for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Again, I appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate all the likes, comments. If you guys want to get notified, hit the bell. Hit the like button if you like it. Dislike if you don't. Subscribe if you like the content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I said, next video will be the new in-store audio. I hope I got everything right. I'll catch you guys in the next one.